I lost respect for you.
Okay.
I thought I knew what kind of man you were.
Okay.
What you just made me go through, I would never want my children having a father like you.
Okay. Whew, I'm glad they didn't pick her.
Where's the man that makes me feel like I'm worth it? The man that would fight for me.
Jilted runner-up Claire isn't the only one unloading about Juan Pablo today. Kirstie Alley tweeted, "I wish she had spit in his face," and "he's a jerk." In fact, a lot of viewers are calling him the worst bachelor ever.
Did Juan Pablo lead these women on? Was he really here to find a wife?
Yes, Juan Pablo, we love the abs, but here are 3 reasons America says you just didn't cut it. First, no ring, proposal, or payoff.
I like you a lot. A lot.
Just a little reassurance and a single rose for Nikki.
Is he in love with you?
I don't know. I hope so.
I was disappointed.
Kelty Today with host Chris Harrison.
This is The Bachelor. We're not okay with people being in like at the end of it. You've been on trips, there's been fantasy suites. I need you to fall in love.
Look, Juan Pablo had a tough time fitting the mold and giving himself to this process.
Number 2, he was rude.
Do you have any idea how I want to raise my kids? Do you have any idea about any of that?
I have no idea about any of that.
2 women actually left the show early because of his behavior.
Everything was about his soccer and his traveling, and it was all about him. The things he said made me feel cheap.
And number 3, a lot of people think he's sexist. Here's what he told Kelty about meals after 7.
And a bread, maybe? Girls
Bread?
love carbs.
No, no carbs after 7. I will not give you carbs. I don't want you to be. No.
Why?
Because I'll do that for lunch. Just because you want to keep your,
Everyone is talking about The Bachelor.
Michael Yo on The Talk Today, where Sarah Gilbert defended Juan Pablo.
This guy's position, I respect it. He's like, I don't feel that way yet. They're just upset that they're not getting their format, that he's madly in love with her yet.
Right. People are saying that Juan Pablo is the worst bachelor ever. What do you say to that?
I don't know. I guess that's up for debate. And that's the beauty of social media and our fans.
You know, Chris usually sits back and sort of protects the franchise by being sort of very loving to everyone and everyone on the show, but he really was honest this time, and he said, just because you're not a good bachelor doesn't mean you're not a good guy.
I beg to differ a little bit about Mr. Juan Pablo.
Yeah, that's kind of the consensus. People are wondering that. It's really not looking good in today's social sound-off.
If I hear besitos, besitos, besitos one more time, I just got to throw my remote through the TV. Get over yourself, Juan Pablo.
After last night's episode and then how he talked to Chris, very apparent his first language is arrogant jerk, so it's not okay.
Okay, so a lot of people are really mad at him for not saying he loved Nikki last night, but really, honestly, I thought that was the first stand-up thing he's done, because if you don't mean it, don't say it. Not saying I love you wasn't a big deal to me.
He was kind of gross. In my opinion, there's only one eligible bachelor on the show, and that's Chris Harrison. I think ABC should auction him off next season. That I would watch, right?
Can we just hold on for a second? Can I take you back to when Juan Pablo was here? This is why things on social media are forever, and you can't get rid of them. This is Thea Andrews' tweet about Juan Pablo. Hot plus smart equals Juan Pablo.
I mean, I was not the only one. You thought he was the best bachelor ever, remember?
Listen, Bachelor perfection. Let's get Michael Yo's opinion. Michael, come up here.
All right, well, first of all, I think the problem is not The Bachelor. I think it's the audience, because let's be, I think it is.
Here
because
we go.
by
It's the
supporting,
women.
and the people that watch the show, you're supporting a show that disrespects and objectifies women like no other. I mean, I'm gonna put it like this. If a woman overheard 2 guys talking and he said, oh, I slept with 2 girls last night, the first thing you would think, that's disgusting. But you're fine with the guy on TV like Juan Pablo has this choice between 27 different women, and that's fine. See, that's the problem with this show, and I think it undervalues women. I think the moral implications are very frightening for the future.
Do you know what? Wow. Thank you, and that's why you're single. Okay.
What?
What about love?